Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, May 8th, and for those of you who are celebrating Mother's Day today, happy Mother's Day. So I am going through the catalog again, the new annual catalog that just came out on May 3rd, and I'm pretty much going through my standalone dies. What I mean by standalone dies is these are dies that are not hooked up with any sort of bundling. So they're newly introduced in this catalog, and they're standalone. So you'll notice them when you start on, and I'm sorry for the snuffling. It's a very, very bad sinus day here in the Chicagoland area. Anyway, so most of our not most of them, all of our standalones are on page 169. So this means that as of right now, these can only be ordered as a standalone by themselves. They're not part of a bundle. Those are the previous pages. So what I like doing is I like looking for, when I get the new catalog, the ones that are the standalone page but have an N on them. And that is where I came across brushed shapes. Brushed shapes. Can you see it there? That's on page 170. So it's 9 dies, and they have that etchy look. And it's really fabulous. Now, since this standalone, it does tell you where it will show where it's in the catalog. You know, where they have a card example. So let's go to page 103. And, oh, right there. Sorry. I'm like, yeah, here's the brush shapes, and they show you the little hearts. Okay. Fabulous, fabulous shape die set. The ones I've used in this card today are these 3, but as you can see, you have 6 others in there. All right, so let's go ahead and show you what I did today. Let me put these on my magnetic plate so I don't lose them, because you know I have a tendency to do stuff like that. Okay, so here's the card, and we're using a bunch of new products. So we're using those dies, the brush shape dies, but we're also using the Cascading Ruffles 3D folder. Let me show that to you right here. So it's a fun folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I have a bunch of the shapes already cut out over here. And I'm going to just show you how to cut out a couple of them. But then I'm just going to show you how to quickly make this card. All right, let me put it over here on the side. So you know, I did cut these out using the baby Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. But I'm going to be using the big one today in this video, just because that way I have to use that with the ruffles too. All right, so to cut, you're going to have your base 1 and 2. And you have 2 of your 3s. Let me see, where's my other 3? I set it down somewhere. Oh my goodness. Is it over here on? This is what happens, guys. It always happens to me. So I have my 1, my 2. That's my embossing plate. Where is my other regular plate? I'm gonna have to open one up, which would be a shame. Yeah, I don't see it here. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. It was in front of, I started my new folder of the in color scraps. It was so, you know, it's clear, so I didn't see it laying there. All right, anyway. All right, so what you're going to do is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these all off, all out of the Sweet Sorbet, which is one of the new in colors. So I'm going to lay that Sweet Sorbet down. I'm going to put that one down, and this one down. Now, the new magnetic plate is out. They've really researched it, and it's only out for the regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I did not buy it yet because even though people are showing it online and it looks like it's working fabulously, I'm going to wait a sec because I still don't have problems with my old Stampin' magnetic plates. So once I get that, I'll show it to you. And that would work really good when you have 3 images like this. But especially when they're this intricate. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal not to have that magnetic plate. But just so you know, it is out there. So let me go ahead. Oh my goodness. They're out there on the deck throwing a baseball. My dog's throwing it up and down. He likes putting it in his mouth. He throws it up and knocks it down. And that's what he does with his Kong too, to get his treats out. So that's the noise you're hearing, is my dog's trying to get the either treats out of a Kong, or he's just throwing a baseball around that he found when they went on their walk this morning. All right, let me go ahead and take your pick tool. That helps loosen that up and get out all those little parts. There's still one right there. You can see just a little bit of a brushing there, and it's out. Now I am going to cut another white piece, just so you know. You don't put any pressure on this, because if you do, you're going to bend your cardstock. So I usually go one way lightly and then go the other way. Now I have noticed, and this might be one of those dies where I have to use it with a pretty non-used, not very many cut plate. I haven't had anything really stick, but it just seems like it could get to the point where it would do that. So I went ahead and cut those out so you can see how they cut out. They cut out beautifully. They fall out beautifully. Let me put that on my magnetic plate so I don't lose it. And let me go ahead and take this out of the picture just for, oh, you know what? No, I need to cut another white one. I need to cut the white center. Let's see, do I have white cardstock around? Let me grab, sorry, if you see my head, I'm going underneath my area here to grab out. Is that big enough? Let me see if that's big enough. Yep, that'll work as long as it doesn't move. All right, so you know what? No, I'll take a bigger piece out. Don't want to risk on camera it not working. So let me go ahead, and I'm doing this just so I have that white center. And again, where did I put that cover plate? You know, that cover plate, it just really, it really eludes me. Where am I putting it down at? All right, oh, it's right here on my hand. Oh my Lord. All right, it's me today, guys. I'm worried that the dogs are going to come in and start barking. I guess I don't have to worry about preparing food today. I guess we're getting Chinese for Mother's Day. My choice. Love it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out. I'll put this one, of course, in my little pile of, I don't know, it always works for Kelly. Oh, there it goes. So it always works for Kelly Atchison. She says she just drops hers and they fall right off. All right, so I'm going to use that middle piece for my words. And yes, you will get a lot of little scraps. I feel like I should save them because I have one aunt who always throws this confetti in all the cards she sends, which I hate. I don't hate it. It's just that I should know what's going to happen, and it doesn't, and then it falls all over the place, and I have to clean it up before my dog thinks it's food. All right, and then we're also going to grab my little tower of my 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to find a nice color to put this against. I think I might use the soft sea foam again. Maybe mint macaron. No, I don't want to. I'm going to use soft sea foam again. I don't want to use one of the in colors because then it's going to look too matchy-matchy. So I'm going to go ahead and grab out my silicone mat. This is my glue only. And let me see, I did an example earlier, so let me go ahead and make sure that that's all rubbed off. Because otherwise you're going to get it on your, this is all the leftover glue from earlier. Because you wouldn't really want to get that on your pieces. All right, so let me just put that over here in the garbage. All right, looks good. All right, so let me put a little dollop of glue here in the corner. And you want to try to, since we're doing a bunch of different pieces, you want to try to not put this down in the same corner as the glue down, so it'll get on both sides of your swishes or whatever you're doing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little of that glue. And I'm starting up here. And this one I'm going to put completely full on, but some of the others I'm going to have go off the edge. Like this, I'm going to have to go off the edge. So I had put glue already there, so let me go ahead and up there. I'm only going to do part of that. Oh, I have part of the starry sky in there too. All right, go like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't have any of those green left. Huh. All right. I'm going to do this one full strength. Now I haven't put any glue there, so I'm going to go ahead and use this now. Try not to let it move because you want to get glue on the underside. I'm going to do like that. I'm going to angle this one this way. Going a little bit off the edge. Let's get, do I want to cross it over? I don't think I want to cross it over. Yeah, maybe I will. I will. I don't think I've gone down here yet for the glue. And yes, I'm not getting the glue. I'm going to kind of meet up where those two corners are. Yes, I'm not getting glue all the way to the edge, but I'll show you what's going to happen here in a sec. All right. Let me do a little bit. You know what? I'm going to cut this off now. Where is it? Oh, all right. I'm going to cut it off. I have a dedicated pair of scissors I use for glued pieces just because I don't want my snips, my snips to get gluey. I appreciate them too much. So all I've done is cut that down. And what I think I'll do is this little piece here, since it already has some glue on it, apparently not enough. And let's see if we have any left here. And you have to be careful that you don't also ruin your card. All right, so let me go over here. You know, this is where you go to the dollar store. Well, really, I think this was a dollar store purchase. I don't know. And they're good scissors. They're big scissors. They're not little tiny ones. It's just, it's nice to have a dedicated pair for your glue. All right. So I have all 5 colors there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I'm missing a color there. So let me go ahead, see if I have any glue left. Oh, look at that. See, that's what you don't want to do. Is you don't, oh, that's what you do want to do. That's a piece of inside. I thought it was, cause, oh no, it was part of the cardstock. You can rip it really easily. If you, so be generous with your glue. It's only a little blob. Be generous with your glue so that you don't like pull your paper apart. So let me go over here again, cut off the extra pieces. Oh, see, the blade's already getting gluey. All right. So I'll have to run those under the sink here in a second. All right. So there you have that. All right. Let me move this up here because we're going to be using that. Move these over to the side. We'll put that in my little glue thing. All right. I'm going to put this right over here. And we're going to bring back the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Get my silicone sheet out of the way. Oh, let me get this off in the garbage. All those little scritchies right into the garbage. All right, but now we're going to be running this through the 3D embossing folder. So if you note right here, you only use 1 and 4 when you're using that. So here's my 1 and here's my plate 4. Now another thing I do, just because we've had a lot of glue on this and I don't want it to stick to my folder, I'd rather it stick to a piece of paper than my folder. And some people actually say to buy a second silicone craft sheet and cut it down because, you know, nothing will stick to it. But I have lots of typing paper, so why wouldn't I just use this? Always remember to either put your fold in first or to have it this way. Never, never do it this way. You might break your folder because of the pressure. Remember, there's an extreme amount of pressure going through. And the only reason I'm putting it between this copier paper, typing paper, whatever you want to call it, is because there might be remnants of glue on there. And I don't want to get it. Oh, I do that too. If you do it that way, I like protecting my folder just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and run that through. All right, put that over here for now. There you go. So you see there was a little bit of tackiness there, so that's why I don't want it to mess up my folder. But I don't know if you can see now. Let me see if you can see. Can you see that pattern in there? But it's also going to help kind of embed these into the cardstock. All right. So let me put that back in my there. Let me put this back over where my supplies go. And let's bring this back over here. All right. I think this time I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide because I only have one. Yes, I only have one red, but I think I'm going to use Tahitian Tide as my cardstock. As my base, I'm sorry. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score it 4 1/4. Fold that over. Where's my bone folder? Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay this one down. All right. I usually like using tear and tape after I've run it through an embossing folder. Either that, or if you want to pop it up, you would use your dimensionals. The only reason I like using tear tape is because you have broken those fibers down a little bit. And sometimes if you use your Stamp and Seal, you can rip the paper, not so much rip the paper, but you'll bring up a layer of the paper, which does not mean that you're not going to be able to lay down and use it. It just kind of looks icky-ish on the back side. Let's see, is this the one? Yes. So let me go ahead and burnish that. Use this to pick up that backing. You don't want to push too hard either because you don't want to interfere with your embossing. Sorry, I'm making sure this goes in the garbage. All right, there you go. So now I'm going to hover it over. I'm not pushing it down. I still think that's not. I think it's the way it went through the folder. It has a little edge right there that I'm not really happy with, but okay. So let's go ahead, hover, and then we're going to push down. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pop these up. This one I'm actually going to put, well, I think I have room maybe to pop it up. Let's take one of the mini dimensionals and see. Yep, you won't see it there. You can always cut those little pieces again, so you won't see that there. Take off those backings. My Ticket to Pix tools right there. I could have used that. Make sure I have this the right way. Yep, all right. So I think I'm going to do it kind of like that. So then that kind of also covers up that cross path. I'm going to be using, alright, we're going to get to this set in one of the future videos. Charming Sentiments. Has a lot of great sets. Is by, the set was designed by, or she helped design Lisa Curcio. She's one of our $1 million sales. I think she was the top salesperson last year too. But you have all of these words you see here, plus all of these dies to come out and extra dies. And as you can see, I've numbered, so like, and it'll be better, like here. If I wanted to use Super Fantastic Making News, it's number 17. And right now I have them upside down, so you can't see it. But on the other side of, oh, he's a tall one. Here. See, I have 17 right on the back. Originally, I had them down like this, but they weren't sticking very good. So I think I'm going to stamp all these phrases out, cut them out, and have those as the backdrop to my magnetic. Anyway, we'll get to that one in a future video. But we're using the Hey There from that set. And we're not cutting it out with its matching die. Oh, I should have my, just in case. Should have my piercing mat, just in case. There we go. And pop those up. I have a few left. Then I'll be cutting the edges and using those edges next. Maybe, do I have another one? I know I have another one over here. I always have these right by my side. Alright, so let's take off those papers. I take the pick tools right there. Why didn't I use it? Alright, anyway, so let's go ahead, mirror that. And there you are. Look at that. Fun card. I don't like that. I have to retape that down, I think, or something. That's where my little edge caught. Anyway, so fun using that new brushed shapes dies. I'm probably going to use the hearts a lot. These little circles. We'll see. Alright, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I will get this posted to, oh, I was going to say to my blog, but I don't have a blog anymore. I don't have time for a blog. I'm sorry. It's just once I retire, once I'm not working full time, I will go back to a blog. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and make a few more of these cards since I have the machines out. Hope you had a great Sunday. If you're celebrating, hope your Mother's Day was good, and be safe in the upcoming weekend. Thanks a lot.